Sky, this is such a dark and twisted movie. What was it that made you want to be a part of this?
Um, for one, it's a true story, and I think it's really important to highlight stories like this, especially when we're not highlighting the serial killer and it's about the victim. And two, this is just something that I've always wanted to do. I'm such a big fan of thrillers and horror films, so I was so grateful to be able to get this role, and it doesn't hurt having an amazing cast along with it as well. So it was a great experience for me.
Gavin, how did they describe Daniel to you?
Protective brother. I have to protect my sister during the scenes, and I think that's super important.
I love when we first meet him and he's teasing about the phone line. I think that's like typical little brother behavior.
Yeah,
Um, I have to ask you, what were some of your favorite scenes to shoot, Gavin?
yeah, for sure. I love there's one scene where my family's in like a car, and I thought that was super cool bonding experience. Um, and hanging off offset with them too is amazing. My other favorite scene is where I'm shooting my BB gun.
Sky, I have to ask you about those soccer field moments, and you're not sure if you really believe Annie or not, or whether or not this guy is truly haunting her. What is it like? What was it like for you filming those outdoor moments?
The outdoor moments for me, I feel like those are like the most creepiest. That's when we had the encounter with the van, having to be on the horses, running away from the van. So it was pretty creepy, but I feel like us having that natural fear a little bit really translated on well on camera.
I was going to ask if there was a moment that you're most proud of the work you put into, but it sounds like this whole movie was special for you.
Oh yeah, it definitely was. It was a special film. It was great working with Warren. He was an amazing director, making sure we felt comfortable, was able to collaborate about our characters. It was just overall a great experience.
Evan, talk about working with iconic actors Sean Astin and Ali Larter.
Yeah, they're both amazing, and in the movie they played such great parents, and in between scenes they would always be cracking up jokes, and you know, Sean Astin is hilarious. He's so funny, and they're just both amazing to hang around.
Sky, this is a thrill ride through and through. You're not sure whether or not to believe Annie or if, this is a truly thrilling film. What do you think it is that sets this movie apart or it's going to make it a must-see scary film?
I just feel like it's different from a lot of horror films that have been out. Again, we're not highlighting the killer. You don't ever see his face. It's really just highlighting the victim and her story. And I feel like that's something that's rarely ever done. And it's really important to do it that way. And I'm glad that Warren took that approach. So I think that's what everyone's going to love the most.
Both of you just do an astounding job in this one. It's a thrill ride through and through. Gavin, how did you all decompress after being so scared for some moments?
Yeah, so I'm not the one to really get scared over like movies, let's say, or like, if I'm in a haunted house, I'm gonna be kind of the one leading the group. I always feel like I don't know, I just don't get scared very easily. But for sure, this movie was, I mean, it's so crazy. It's crazy that's a real story, like it actually happened.
Well, both of you do wonderful work on it. So thank you so much for taking your time
Thank
to share
you.
with
Thank
me.
you.
It's such a pleasure.